Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Alright, so the first episode for Black Clover just dropped and people all over the world tuned in to watch its debut. There were so many people, in fact, that even Crunchyroll's servers crashed shortly after the episode was available. Nobody knows if it's for certain that Black Clover caused it, but its fans would like you to believe that was the case. Now for a Shonen Jump series that's off to a pretty good start since its manga debut in February of 2015, it's been selling between 100,000 to 200,000 copies each volume it releases. Now compare this to My Hero Academia, which is one of the hottest selling mangas right now. My Hero started off selling over 200,000 copies, and after its 8th volume started to break into the 300,000 to 400,000 copies threshold. And while My Hero Academia sold over 2 million copies in the last fiscal year, Black Clover did 790,000. But keep in mind, My Hero Academia's anime started last year and definitely gave it a boost, while Black Clover did not get an anime until now. Made by the same studio who made Bleach, Naruto, Tokyo Ghoul, and many more classics, Pierrot here was definitely off to a, I want to say, great start, because they've already made many headlines with the first episode of Black Clover. The first being the fact that the ending was actually non-existent, meaning they just used a black screen to roll the credits, which is not always a bad thing, because usually it just means they use all their resources to animate the actual episode, which I'm all in for because the animation for this first episode was actually pretty solid. The premise of the story is basically, at least according to Crunchyroll, Naruto meets Harry Potter. Think a wizard Naruto and a wizard Sasuke both working hard to become the next wizard Hokage. And their names are changed to Asta and Yuno, and the Wizard King being the equivalent of Hokage. But Asta is where it all comes crashing down. I don't think I have a problem with Asta's character. Even though he started with no talents, not being special in any way, he has big ambitious goals as he wants to become the next Wizard King, and he's working hard AF in order to achieve them. You really can't hate that, and in fact I think that part really differentiates him from most other shonen characters. Except for Hinata from Haikyuu, who is also short, who is also not very talented when it comes to sports, who also has big goals, and also has an oddly similar straightforward personality, and also looks oddly similar to each other as well. But back to Asta, he's just so freaking loud, and I have no problem with characters being loud. You've got loud characters in Luffy, in Naruto, but this guy is just next level loud. And it's not even cause of the writing, it's cause of the voice actor. This guy has got the most annoying yell or shout or whatever you want to call it in the history of voice acting for anime. If you watched the first episode of Black Clover, you would know exactly what I mean. For once, I think I have more faith in the English dubs for this anime just because the voice acting for Asta is just so painful to stand. But after a while, it does get pretty funny because it's so bad, and you know sometimes things are so bad that it's good? Well, this is definitely not one of those times, it just stays bad. And if he didn't have to spam it every time he does an action or comes into the scene, it would probably be a little bit more bearable. But it is this guy's first big voice acting gig, as his only other reported role he's done was Megumi's classmate in Eromega Sensei. Which means this is his first legit gig. But let's give it a few more episodes, maybe he'll get better with experience. Still though, I don't know how or why in the world the director would greenlit Asta's yelling. But other than that, this is probably one of the most interesting series in the fall season, and I'm kinda regretting not putting this into my top 5 hypest anime series for the fall season video. Because Black Clover definitely deserves to be in there. Even though Black Clover is full of cliches, tropes, and just generally everything we've seen before in a new shiny wizarding costume, I have to say, surprisingly, I don't really mind, because they make it work. There's a good mix of funny moments, Asta's VA is actually pretty decent when he's not screaming, and the backstory, even though it's not as clever as say My Hero Academia in its use of popular tropes, it embodies everything that makes traditional shonen so good, wrapped in a skin that's fresh while also feeling very familiar. So I'll definitely be following this one for the season. Anyways, what did you guys think of the Black Clover anime so far? Did you guys get super hyped when Yuno decided to drop the R word? Or did you stop watching after hearing Asta scream for the 10th time? As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, stay subscribed if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.